Hey, it's Mountain Fun Life. I'm Frank Murphy. That's Kira Cup. Welcome to Ask Frank Live. And it's so live that I am sharing it to Facebook right now.
Me too.
That's exciting stuff, huh?
And I think one of the coolest things about the show is how you can win free stuff.
We are going to have free stuff today, and today's prize is from our friends at the Outdoor Gravity Park in Pigeon Forge, and you've been there.
I have.
You've zorbed.
I'm
going to tag you as a friend. Is that okay?
Oh my gosh, I'm your friend. I'm going to tag you as my friend.
Isn't that nice? We'll tag each other as friends on on this event. That way, more of our friends will watch. I hope and see. So we're going to have a guest today. The lovely Maddie McGee is coming over. Maddie McGee is coming all the way over from Pigeon Forge to tell us about going downhill in a zarb.
In a zarb.
That's how I think you would say it in Ireland, I'm assuming.
Why are you talking with an Irish accent?
Well, her name's Maddie McGee. And what a lovely name. I think there was a song about, Molly McGee, as I recall, that my dad used to sing when he was singing about the old Irish songs. And Maddie McGee reminded me of Molly McGee, so that's why. Plus, I have a leprechaun nutcracker now. This is all the way from Macy's in New York. My next door neighbor, Nancy, she's from around here. But look, Nancy, there she is. See where she says, "Hi, neighbor."
Hi, Nancy.
This is Nancy. I asked her to please watch, and so she did. There's Nancy, and I told her, I said, what you've just given me is material, because I was driving out of the house, and we had collected her mail while she went to New York for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. She was an elf alongside Santa's sled in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
She got to be in it?
Yes. This is multiple years. I think she may have even been a balloon handler one year. I'll have to ask her.
Well, we kind of get to be in her shoes this weekend, too, at the parade.
So Nancy was at Macy's. She got a friend who works up there at Macy's. And then she got to go to the Rockefeller Center tree lighting pre-record on Tuesday. So she saw Bon Jovi and Chicago and Tina Fey and all these people recording their segments for the TV show that was on last night. Because the one that was on last night is part live, but most of the performances are recording. Okay? So anyway, so then I'm driving down the driveway to come here to Mountain Fun Life, and Nancy goes, wait. I got you a present at Macy's in New York, and I know, she said, that I was in the Nutcracker in Oak Ridge, which I have been now 10 years in a row, and she knows that I'm Irish, and I now have a leprechaun nutter. I don't know what really to call it. But isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
And furthermore, Nancy knows that my wife and I collect Christmas ornaments, so this is a triple threat gift.
Right. Oh, wait, let me see it.
Yeah.
Okay, can you put your finger in there?
I don't think my finger's big enough. Small enough, rather.
I could clip your fingernails.
Well, that would also be a useful tool if this would cut fingernails. I like to keep my fingernails short.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, I used to work for a guy who had kept one fingernail really long, and it creeped me out.
I know a lot of people like that.
Because in the 80s, that was like a sign of their cocaine addiction. They would keep one fingernail really long to use it as a Coke spoon.
What?
Yeah, so every time I see that, I'm like, ew.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure to keep my nails trimmed.
Yes. So today is going to be a fun day. We're going to talk about Kira going down the hill in a zorb.
Yes, at the Outdoor Gravity Park.
And you went wet zorb or dry zorb?
It was a wet zorb.
You did wet zorb, but we're going to learn the difference between wet zorb and dry zorb today. You can win tickets. Right now, not only is my next door neighbor Nancy in the running, and I would, for the tickets, which means I would personally deliver them when I get home, but now Deborah Newman is in the running as well. That's all you really have to do is just say hi. Now, of course, the name of the show is Ask Frank, as you can see here on the sunrise. So if you actually have a question and try to stump me, I would like that. Last week I got stumped.
I have a question for you.
What's the question?
Do you know who Chandler Scooch is?
Chandler Scooch?
Yes, I said it wrong.
Do I know who Chandler Scooch is?
Yeah, who is he?
Chandler Scooch. Chandler Scooch is a crazed radio talk show host who believes that the threat of alien invasion, and I'm talking about outer space aliens, is real, and that aliens, if they got a hold of our beloved moon pies,
our moon pie,
would come and eat all of our moon pies. It's a character. Chandler, you're an actress, right?
I am.
All right. Well, I've not done a lot of acting, but the Tombras Group, which is a huge advertising agency, somehow found me and said, hey, we need somebody to play a crazed radio host.
Which was you. You came to mind.
Yeah, and we thought of you. Don't take this the wrong way. The same way I got into the Nutcracker. We need a terrible dancer who falls down but gets a laugh. We thought of you. And those sentences always start with, don't take this the wrong way, but we need an insane radio host who loses his mind over the possibility of space aliens eating his moon pies.
Okay, well.
We thought of you.
I thought of you, and I got this for you. I didn't have any wrapping paper, so I had to wrap it up with Karina's copy paper.
That's all right.
I hope she's okay. Oh, she's mad at me right now.
Copy
This
paper.
is for you.
All right, so this is To Chandler Scooch from... Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Yep.
It's moon pies.
It is.
It's actual moon pies. Oh.
Isn't that awesome?
That is so fantastic.
There's a lot in there, too.
From Chattanooga, Tennessee, home of the moon pie.
Not too bad.
Oh, that is... Thank you, Kira.
You were so welcome.
Now I'll have to get you a gift because I'm not giving up my leprechaun Nutcracker.
That's all right.
No, I'll get you one for in the future. I just didn't realize that today, December 5th, 20 days before Christmas, I didn't realize that today.
I like to celebrate early. What can I say?
Well, this is fantastic. Thank you. You know I do
You're
love moon
welcome.
pies. You know what? I can tell you what's the best way to eat a moon pie?
How?
Microwaved.
That's a good idea.
Warm them up. You know, you can slice them in half, like this away, and you put them in there, and you warm them up to the marshmallow swells.
That's smart.
And then you put a scoop of ice cream in the middle, and you've got moon pie a la mode.
Well, we're about to go on commercial break, so while we're doing that, I think we should rip
Totally
this
do
bad
that.
boy open.
Do you know where I learned that?
Where?
At the Moon Pie and RC Festival in Bell Buckle, Tennessee.
I've never heard of that.
I visited the world's largest moon pie there
Wow.
before they ate it.
And you were a moon pie. I saw the costume.
That was a different moon pie festival. That was in Newport. In Cock County had a moon pie festival one year.
There's moon pies everywhere.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
that a lot. Awesome. All right. Well, now that I've got my moon pies, if I come back with chocolate on my face, that's my own fault for not being prepared for television. But I'm also excited that Jeff Christensen of Dallas, Texas, is planning a vacation to the Smoky Mountains. So he has entered the contest as well. That is fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate you watching. He's one of the best wedding DJs in the whole country because he goes to these national conventions and gets awards. I mean, he's like the guy. When you go to Dallas to get married, he is the guy.
Well, he sounds pretty awesome.
All right, well, let's take a quick break and tell you a little bit about what we have to offer here at Mountain Fun Life and a little bit about what our friends at Outdoor Gravity Park have to offer. And then we bring in the lovely Maddie McGee with her gorgeous red hair and her lovely Outdoor Gravity sweatshirt. She'll be bringing it to us.
She sure will.
All right.
Stay tuned.
You're watching Ask Frank Live with Kira Cup on Frank Murphy on Mountain Fun Life.
Goes like a lightning flash. Seconds pass and don't come back. Make every moment a memory to last. Life short, it moves too fast. Each breath is a gift from above. New mercies from me to receive. I become speechless. See the sun coming up. Fall to my knees, surrender to love. Wake up, what are we waiting for? We know that we were made for more. We're not living just cause we were born. There's no doubt about it. We were born to live. Born to live. Born to live. My heart's beating inside my chest. My lungs breathe in the oxygen. But I know I am more than this. What's the point if we just survive? Let's come alive. Wake up, what are we waiting for? We know that we were made for more. We're not living just cause we were born. There's no doubt about it. We were born to live. Born to live.
It's Mountain Fun Life with Ask Frank Live. I'm Frank Murphy, joined by Kira Cup, and our guest, the lovely Maddie McGee. Hi, Maddie. How are you?
Doing very well this morning. Glad to be here with you guys.
We're happy that you're here. We're going to talk about gravity, or as in outdoor gravity. So I thought maybe you could explain the concept of Newton's gravity law.
Oh, well,
Way to throw her under the bus.
Well, you see, object of mass and other. Anyway, it's one. No, I'm teasing, of course. Go ahead.
so Outdoor Gravity Park, we're actually the only zorbing facility in the United States dedicated to it. So it is actually amazing. It's basically a giant water slide inside of a bubble.
That's pretty awesome.
So, yeah.
Now, I remember when Zorbs first came on the scene over, what was it, in Europe, like in the Alps, right? Somewhere over there, I think.
Actually, it originated in New Zealand, is where
Even better.
it was is where it started. Yep, David and Andrew Akers started it over there, and that's where the first park was. And then we are the sister company here in the United States.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So do you get to hear about New Zealand a lot when you're at work?
We do talk about it a bit, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to visit sometime. Never been.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so when we visit Outdoor Gravity Park, I mean, first of all, it's pretty easy to spot, right? It's on the parkway.
Yes, so actually where the Hollywood Wax Museum is, and the giant King Kong on the side of the building, we're right up at the top of the hill behind that.
As a publicity stunt, could you send King Kong down the hill in a Zorb?
If we could get in contact with him, for sure.
You need
I want to see that.
Imagine how big a Zorb you'd need for King Kong.
It'd have to be huge. Now, you all are open year-round, right?
We are. The only day we're closed is Christmas,
Oh.
so that's awesome.
So if you win these tickets, you can give them as a Christmas gift, but just don't expect to use them on Christmas.
That's right.
All right.
Stay with your family on Christmas, but
Okay, well, we got a hi Maddie comment already from Chris Roberts.
awesome. Hi, Chris.
So that's
That is-
exciting.
That is our owner of the park.
Oh, is he New Zealandish?
He
New Zealander?
ish.
Do you have an accent?
No,
I love
no,
accents.
he's actually from the States. Yeah, he's from.
All right. Okay, so you can't do a New Zealand accent?
Oh heavens, no. Mm-mm. No,
You
born
could
and raised in Tennessee, so I wouldn't even try. They'd laugh at me.
All right. So now, if a wet Zorb, Kira and Savannah went down the Zorb when it was soaking wet because you said it's a water slide. I'm
Correct.
picturing it being 30 degrees. How do you keep, then it becomes an ice slide, wouldn't it?
That's a good question.
So actually, in the wintertime, we will heat the water so it stays around 95 degrees
Oh.
on the inside. So basically, like a jacuzzi inside of a bubble. So
All right.
Don't have to
But then
worry.
you still get soaking wet as you're going down the hill.
Right.
Outdoors
you do.
in the freezing cold.
But you are inside the bubble, so you are nice and warm. You'll roll down the hill, and then our building is just a couple feet away, so you'll run inside really quick.
Okay.
But you're full of adrenaline and nice
So-
and toasty at that point. So
Much like an outdoor hot tub at a cabin.
Correct,
You go
yeah.
out, you freeze for a moment, you get in the hot water, and then you freeze for a moment going back in. But that's part of the.
Right, and we do also have dry zorbing available in the winter months as well. November through March, we'll do our dry zorbing.
Okay, explain dry zorbing.
Which is a lot like the water one. That one, you're a little bit more limited on the tracks, but you'll get inside of our water ball actually. But we put you inside of another bubble on the inside so you
Oh.
stay nice and
Ooh,
dry.
that's nice.
And that one will actually float inside of the big water bubble like you would on the water one.
Okay, so if we were to look at the at your website,
Yeah.
I don't know which button I have to push to make that happen.
So-
But can we make it so we can look at the website on the screen behind Maddie? Because I would like, maybe you can show us on your website
For
the
sure.
difference between, because I was worried that wet zorbing, or dry zorbing would be terribly uncomfortable, but it sounds like it would be fine.
Oh no, it's very fun actually. And
Because you
so
want to reduce chafing at all costs, I think.
Right.
no, so in either one, you never flip head over heels. You can kind of see in these
Okay.
pictures right here on the screen, like you're remaining on the bottom. You're not flipping.
Oh, okay.
head
Yeah,
over
I
heels,
was
so.
surprised whenever Savannah and I went.
When
I
was
thought
it?
it was in a few months ago, in
Okay.
the summer.
Yeah.
And I thought I would be like doing flips inside of the ball, but no, you just stay at the bottom. And
Well, that's where the
It's
gravity
really
comes
cool.
into play.
Correct. Yeah. Yep, that water keeps you on the bottom, so you slide back and forth, which makes it safe for all ages. As long as you're 5 years old, you can ride. And we've had everyone ride up to 95 years old.
Or could a 5-year-old go by himself?
A 5-year-old does ride with an adult, so I'm
An
going to keep
adult,
him
okay.
company on the inside.
All right.
But the 6
Because I have a 5-year-old, or who's about to turn 6. By the time he comes to visit again, he'll be 6.
Yes.
and we took him to Dollywood so we could ride a real roller coaster. And he watches the show. He says, "What did you talk about on Ask Frank Live, Grandpa?" So we'll have to see. He'll probably want to see this and ride a Zorb now.
For sure, yes. So the as long as you're 6 years old, you can ride by yourself.
Okay, well, he'll be 6 by then.
So that's perfect.
All right.
You will be able to. We have 3 different tracks.
Wait
to
a
choose
minute.
from.
Those dudes on the right there.
Yes.
Are they about what's happening? It looks
Oh,
like they're
my
are they going to get run over by a Zorb?
They are. So that is our rollover that we do, where you can lay down and actually feel what it feels like to get run over by one of the Ogos.
An Ogo.
Yes, an outdoor gravity orb. That's what what
Okay.
the balls are called.
All right.
Yeah. So it's a little bit heavy, but
Wait,
not too bad.
is this like a fraternity initiation? I mean, what has happened? Seriously, look at this picture. It's a bunch of bros, and they're laying. How would you describe it, Kara?
I mean, it looks like a bunch of sardines sitting beside
Yeah,
each
take
other.
that shot again, please, if you don't mind.
And
Of
you
the 3 dudes on the right-hand side on the website.
And then you can tell that they're about to get rolled over. The only problem is they're not standing up like bowling pins.
That would be funny.
Maybe you can get like a stripe.
I think you'd get hurt possibly if you got knocked over by the Zorb.
But probably wouldn't feel comfortable, but
You do have a competition type of thing, don't you?
we did actually have a running of the ball. Went back when we first opened
Oh, okay.
with Bert Kreischer, the comedian. He came, not a yearly basis thing, but
Oh, okay.
definitely some extra waivers involved with that one. But
How did that work? Explain. I've heard of Bert, but what did he do?
yes, so we had him get in the ball at the top of the hill, and there were 2 different teams, and they ran down the hill in front of the Ogo.
Oh my
as
gosh,
he was
yes.
coming down, and the team that made it to the bottom with the most people that didn't get smushed won. So, yeah.
Oh, that is fantastic. We must have that again.
I would like that. I would like to video, not very
Yes.
athletic. So.
Yeah, not
May not.
running it.
Would you prefer to be in the Zorb or running in front of the Zorb?
I'll ride.
You would, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. How many times have you Zorbed?
Oh, probably too many times to count.
Yeah.
It is amazing. And the good thing about it is when you get inside and you roll down, depending on what the wind is, depending on who you're riding with, it's always a different experience. So
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're in with one friend versus 2 friends, the weight of the ball is going to change, which affects your speed. There's also 3 different tracks to choose from, which actually is on here.
When you say the weight
as
of the
well.
ball affects your speed, or is it the weight of the people in the ball?
Well, the weight of the people affects how heavy that the ball is.
Because I mean, I've gone
So-
zip lining, like one of those parallel line zip lining, with someone who weighed more than me, and they were way faster.
Yes. yeah, from the gravity pulling them down. So basically, the Ogo's the same way. If you're in there, with a 5-year-old, you're going to go a little bit slower, which is a little bit more comfortable for them.
Yeah.
So they're not, overwhelmed by that. But if you're in there with 3 adults that are just ready to really ride and have the most, adventure that they can.
You can
then
fit
that's
3
awesome.
adults.
That's true.
All right, Kara, you were in with Savannah. There was
I
only
was.
2, and I thought that was maximum capacity, but it says right
I
on the
didn't see
screen
that.
up to
I didn't know
3.
you could have 3.
Up to 3. Our extreme zigzag is the only one that you do have to go by yourself.
What is that?
That one is completely zigzag all the way down. And that one is going to toss you around a bit, so we don't want you knocking heads with your friends.
And is it recommended to eat cookies before you get tossed, or not?
We've
if
actually
you catch my drift.
it's actually never been a problem, which is amazing.
Come on, no one's thrown up in the Zorb?
No, not one time. Not one time. So
I thought Kara was about to lose it in the Zorb.
Excuse me?
I'm just saying. Well, we'll show the video. We have a video, not just yet, but in a moment we're going to show a video of Kira zorbing with Savannah.
Yep.
And so you were in no danger
I was in
at any
zero
time
danger.
of losing your lunch.
No, not my lunch or anything. I got to jump in.
Now,
which
you were
was
never
the
going to
coolest-
bounce your breakfast,
Oh, absolutely not.
snarf your supper.
No, I don't vomit, Frank. I don't know who you think I am, but that's never happened.
Devolve your dinner. Okay.
It's a really cool experience though, because you get to jump in, or I'm sure there's other ways to get in too if you don't want to
right.
jump.
Yeah.
How
we can,
how is that?
Well, we'll pull it down. So for someone who struggles a little bit more, like we have had people up to 95 get in, which of course some of them
Wait,
aren't
95 years old.
correct.
Oh,
Yes.
in the Zorb.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So what do you do? They stand there and you just put the Zorb on top of them?
No, I'm not that strong. I would. for someone who didn't want to dive in like Superman, we would just tilt the ball down, and so they can crawl in like a child would crawl into like a slide tunnel or something.
Because I think Kira dove in like
I did.
like Superwoman.
Yes.
I sure did with a GoPro.
With a GoPro.
Because you all offer videos, I think you can purchase them separately. Is that right?
That's correct. So all of our GoPros, they're totally free to take down. When you get up to the top of the hill, then you'll just ask for that, and you'll go inside with that, and you'll
Wait,
get
explain. Slow down a little bit on that. Your GoPro is free to what? Take down? I mean, ride with?
correct.
Okay.
Yes. And
The GoPro is a camera, small camera, high definition, small. How big is it, Kira? Would you say?
The camera, like
Like the size of a
uh,
moon pie?
no, not,
Smaller
not
than
even
moon pie?
that big. It's
Okay.
like the size of
Like a petit four?
like 4 pieces of grapes or 4 grapes put together.
Says the vegetarian. Okay. All right. So it's a small camera. I thought you had to wear them on your head or mount them on something. I didn't realize you would just keep
You
it.
can, but you don't have to. Like
Where did you do it? In your hand?
in my hand.
Okay.
And then it's cool because in the video it looks like my arm's a mile long. I like
But
it.
it's waterproof.
Yeah.
All right. So all right. So you have this. You can free to borrow this GoPro and take it down the hill, but then you pay for the video.
if you wish, yes. We want to make sure everyone gets a chance to capture the experience and have that memory to take home. So you'll take the camera down, you'll get the video footage of you guys inside. You'll be able to take that into the lobby where you'll view the video footage and get to laugh with your friends and family and view it. And then be able to buy that and take it home if you wish.
So, but if I think I look fat, then I don't have to buy it.
That's correct. That's
Okay.
correct. If you wish to, they're only $15, so they're not that
Oh,
bad.
of course, this great
that's not
souvenir.
bad. Yeah.
Wonderful. And we're going to watch Kira's GoPro video in a moment. But now that we know how that works, that works for both the dry and the wet.
Correct.
And obviously, Maddie McGee, you're doing a great job of selling Outdoor Gravity Park and Pigeon
Yes.
Forge, because we're getting dozens of comments on Ask Frank Live, and each comment counts as an entry in the contest to win the tickets. What's the actual prize package that we're doing?
Well, we wanted to give away 5 free rides.
5.
Yes. So
Oh my gosh.
Is that for one person to go 5 times, or for one person to bring 4 friends?
Either way, totally up to you guys. If you have one
So if you're a
person-
loner, you can go down 5 times.
Yep, you have just one person that's down to party, then that's fine. Or if you have a family that wants to come, then that's good as well.
But you can only fit 3 in the Zorb.
That's correct. You can do 3 and 2, or
2 and 3,
2 and 3.
or 3 and 2,
Either way.
or 2 and 3.
Whichever one you like. 2 and 3.
Or you can do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
That's correct.
Right. That's only
correct.
4 ones. But anyway, moving on. So that's a good prize. 5 Zorb
It
rides.
really is because it's a ton of fun and there's nothing like it.
Well, why don't you take us into the video that
Let's take a dive.
explain a little more right before we see it. What are we going to be? What am I going to be
Okay.
watching here?
You are going to be watching.
Is that your? Am I going to see your thumbprint at the beginning?
I don't think that's my thumb.
Okay.
I don't know
All
whose
right.
thumb
Well,
it
we'll
is.
find out how the video starts in a moment. What is it? Tell us
Yes.
what's in it.
All right, so Savannah and I jump in, and I'm holding the camera, and then you see our excitement, those nerves kind of settling. Oh, what's about to happen? We've never experienced anything like this before. And then the ball takes off.
I should explain that poor Kira, we sent her down the Zorb. We sent her into an open air biplane that turns upside down. We sent her on the most dangerous things to see if she comes back. And if she comes back, then we're like, okay, we can, I guess that's safe. She's like the crash test dummy of, and I don't mean that in a compliment, not in an insult. You're like the test pilot. You're the Chuck Yeager
I'm
of
okay
Mountain
with
Fun
that.
Life. You're the daring do. You're out there taking on the danger before anyone else.
Well, I mean, here we are guiding your adventure, and what better way to do that than to go on the adventures yourself? Like,
Yeah.
why would we just stand here and talk about things that we haven't experienced?
Yeah, I just think it's funny that you're still a vegetarian after this life of danger. I mean, at some point you're going to like, forget it.
Just give me the meat.
Yeah. All right. So let's see the video then.
Okay, let's roll the video.
Look at that thumb. It's huge.
You're about to
It's
see
on our-
somebody's
it's on our-
thumb. Thank you.
Brava.
Thank you, thank you.
Brava to Kira and Savannah.
As you can see, we did not stop smiling the entire time.
Well done. Well done. You know, I wish my buddy Dave Fennell were watching the show today, because he could, if he were to comment, he'd be able to perhaps win these tickets. You know, he's a very adventurous guy in our improv troupe. We often, I think we've zorbed on him. We don't have props.
Zorbed on him.
Well, we use him as our, whatever. We just fall on him, pick him up, throw him around. He's like a human prop. He's very funny.
Wow.
And if Dave Fennell were watching, Dave, because he's already been outed. One of my friends told me that he's. Rich said, "Yeah, good morning, lurkers. Comment for a chance to win." That's Rich talking to the folks who are watching but not commenting.
Yeah.
So you're all invited to comment to win
Yes.
these 5 Zorb rides from lovely Maddie McGee at Outdoor Gravity Park with the lovely green, the verdant green.
We do have green everything there, so.
Yes.
Yeah, speaking of green, you've got those really cool towels.
We do, yes. We have green is our color. We have lots of cool different merchandise, towels and shirts. So if you aren't prepared to get wet and you decide that you want to do our water ride, we do have some things for you, and also memories to take home as well.
So if I showed up like this, totally unprepared to get wet, I could borrow clothes, buy clothes rather, right?
Correct, yeah.
What do you do? What do I buy?
We have T-shirts, shorts, towels, so you get the full set, and then all those things you can take home as souvenirs.
Because you bought them.
Correct.
You're not going to rent them. I'd like to rent some pants to go down in the Zorb.
Yeah, Frank, that's a little weird.
Need some Zorb pants. You go, what do you got? Can I have some Zorb pants I can rent? I don't want to buy them. No, when they say gravity on them.
They
Outdoor
do,
Gravity.
yes. They say Outdoor Gravity Park, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Sure. Who doesn't need outdoor gravity pants? I recommend highly that you all get outdoor gravity pants.
I still have my towel. I actually used it the other day. I went and got my friend's hot tub, and I was like, oh, I'm going to bring this.
Yes.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
take it to the beach. Good souvenir.
Yeah. All right. So, in addition to the Zorb, the full experience, that's you got the funnel, the zigzag. Tell me, what's the funnel? Did I miss that one?
Yes, we did. So the funnel is up to 3 people inside. That is our multi-person combination course. So that has everything we have to offer in one.
It's still a Zorb ball.
Correct.
So everything has a Zorb ball
Correct.
involved. That's the
Yes.
key. The key to this whole experience
Yes.
is the Zorb. Okay.
Yes. Now that one is only for the water ride. That one you will get in at the top, and then you'll have zigzag to start off with, and then at the bottom you'll finish with speed. So you kind of get both of our other tracks in one.
Oh, wow.
So that one's
Wow.
really nice. The funnel and also our fast tracks, you can ride together up to 3. So those 2 you can take your friends on. And then the extreme zigzag is the one that you have to go by yourself.
Okay, so with these 5 tickets that you might win today, you could use, if you were there by yourself, theoretically, you could use one per.
For sure.
Per ride?
Yeah,
Okay.
we have a lot of people do that. Get
Oh,
to
okay.
experience everything.
All right. So if there's there's 2 of us, and we can use multiple rides, and that with those 5 tickets. That's
Correct.
nice.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Fantastic.
I am a big fan of how you all empty the water out after each use.
Yeah.
And you refill it. Because I get grossed out easily.
Yeah, we like
Well, a big deal.
She said it's like a hot
For me.
tub. I'm assuming that you do buy a lot of chlorine over there at Outdoor Gravity Park.
Yes, we keep it nice and clean for you guys. Change out the water each time.
I mean, you buy the big industrial-sized vats of chlorine, right?
Right? Send you down with a bar of soap in your pocket. That's efficiency.
You take a bath in a Zorb. That's funny.
That's a good idea.
Another comedy routine for that guy Bert to next time
Right.
he comes to town.
Right?
Has anyone ever done that? Taken a bath or shower in the Zorb?
Not
No,
in America. That's a
not
New
yet.
Zealand thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some extra fabric softening clothes has left a quite bubbly ride before.
Wow.
So-
Oh, really? I was just thinking about somebody, soaping up the thing and getting soap in their eyes. But you're saying if your clothes are saturated with fabric softener,
We have had it happen. They get out and look like they took a bubble bath, so nice and clean.
and then you have to wash the Zorb again.
Right.
That's wow. That makes sense that you would wash out the Zorb after. I didn't think about it, but
Yeah.
I'm glad that you did.
I
Yeah.
know. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I want to know about if I'm going to
Yeah.
Yeah.
go into something with water.
Mm-hmm. Nice. All right, so what are the future plans for Outdoor Gravity Park?
Well, so as far as future plans, what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, the growth, expansion, continued service. I mean, what's your hopes for Outdoor Gravity Park to succeed?
Well, we'd like to reach, we've been here for about 5 years, and we'd like to get our name out there more since we are the only park in the United States. You know, it's hard to reach everyone on, way out there.
Oh, yeah.
Which is important for us because we want everyone to get to experience it. It's definitely a once in a lifetime type of,
Exactly.
thing.
Yes.
For people that are
You
traveling
could take
with
down the
park.
fence and have a few Zorbs accidentally roll into the parkway. That would get you on the news.
It would.
That's a
it would.
joke. Don't do that.
Okay.
Oh, Frank.
I mean, because I'm driving along and you see these, and off to where I'm, depending which way I'm going, if you're headed out of Pigeon Forge towards Sevierville, they're coming right down, in your line of sight to the right.
Running of the orbs. We
Yeah.
have a question from Opie Joe.
I'll put that on the screen and read it to us, will you?
Do you toss and turn in the ball, or do you stay in one place and the Zorb moves around you?
Carrie, you would know.
I do. Well, it's probably different for the different courses, right?
A little, yes. So in the zigzag courses, you're going to slosh back and forth like a water slide. You never turn head over heels, so you don't really have to worry about that.
Right, so
like,
your
as far
your
as
bottom stays on the
flipping.
bottom,
Right.
but you slide like this.
Back and forth, yes. Back and forth. If you're not as comfortable with sliding around, then you would do the fast tracks, which is just you'll get in and you just go straight down. So
That looked pretty funny. Let's pretend we're all in the Zorb together. All right, everybody go this way. And that.
it's the new wave.
I think that works. What do you
Right?
think?
I like it. That's
Yeah.
that's cool to watch.
Thanks, Opie
You're
Joe.
welcome for this quality
That's
entertainment.
well. If Opie hadn't asked the question, appreciate you, Opus. Opus Joseph has commented.
Yeah.
That's his real name.
Oh, is it? Do you know him?
Yeah, I know Opie Joe. I mean,
I don't know.
Opie. I call him Opus Joseph as a joke.
Oh, hi, Opus Joseph.
All right, so that's very exciting. Very
is.
cool.
Another thing I feel like we should bring up is you actually close off that hole that you get into.
That's correct.
So there's no, like it's safe in there. You're not
can't
gonna
fall out?
Yeah, like you would a water slide.
That'd be pretty funny because if you went down with a 5-year-old and all of a sudden there goes the child to be like, oh no, the Zorbride ate my baby.
Yeah, we do zip up the tunnel, so it is nice and safe for you guys, which is why it does make it safe for all ages.
I
You don't
never
have to
thought
worry
I'd be
about
on a
that.
show where we said zip up the tunnel, but that's, thank you for that.
We're here.
That's another achievement unlocked.
No worries.
Excellent.
We have another question.
Oh, Andrea Luden, we know her from the
Hi,
Salt and Pepper Shaker
Andrea,
Museum.
yes.
So could Andrea bring her salt and pepper shakers into the Zorb? Because then you would have a saltwater ride.
Why not?
You need to make salt and
is
pepper
genius.
shakers in the shape of Zorbs so Andrea can display them. You'd sell them at the gift shop.
Yes.
But Andrea would display them over there at the...
I will write that down.
she's in Gatlinburg. What did she
asked
say?
She said, can people rent a GoPro to catch the experience? We actually just answered this, but
Well, Andrea's before Andrea came on.
yes, with the GoPro, you let people hold them for free.
Correct,
And then you
yes.
can watch them. If you want to buy them, you can.
That's right. So you don't have to pay for them. They are
Only
free
if you
to
like
take
it.
down.
Only, yeah.
Correct,
You make everybody
yes.
makes a video, but you only buy the video if you like the video.
Correct, and you
Boom.
want to take it home. Mhm.
That makes sense.
Yep.
That's nice. It's kind of like when you go down one of the roller coasters or whatever at a theme park, and if you don't look good in that picture, then you don't buy it.
Yeah, if your face isn't going, you don't want it.
Let me see your roller coaster face again, please.
Okay.
You guys are pros. Done that before.
Oh yeah, I do a lot of terrifying things.
Yes. Well, that sounds awesome. That sounds absolutely awesome. Well, we've really enjoyed your visit, Maddie McGee.
Yes,
Yes.
I have too.
Thanks for
And
coming,
also,
Maddie.
so I said to Maddie, I said, you look like a lovely Irish lass with the name like Maddie McGee. I'm going to talk to you in my Irish accent the whole time, with my special Irish nutcracker.
Yes.
But then she says to me, no, I'm just married. I'm McGee. Never mind. It's not my real name. My real initials are MTV, like the channel.
That's right.
Now we have another question.
Oh,
Diane
I love
wants to know.
questions.
I know. How do you get to the top? I see the balls go up a track, but the people.
oh yeah. How do you reverse Zorb somebody up the hill?
Reverse
They have a giant cannon.
Yes. We should install one.
Yes.
No, we will put you in the bus. We have a shuttle bus that takes you from the bottom of the hill back up to the top to restart the adventure again.
Yes.
Yes.
But you
so-
could hike up if you wanted.
For sure, for sure.
Is
If
it
you're
hard, a big hike?
in the Smoky Mountains to hike, then
Zorb hike.
go ahead and do it. Yeah, it is. It's a little bit of a hike. It is 1,000-foot hill, so
Whoa.
you got a little bit of a trek to get
Does
back
it
up
snow
to
up
the top.
there?
No, not often.
Okay, I guess that's got to be 3,000 feet to get the snow, but still. Oh, and wow. All right. So you ride the bus up the hill. Excellent question, and then you Zorb your way down, where your clothes, your dry clothes, are waiting for you.
That is correct. Yep, we have changing rooms, we have hair dryers, all that kind of stuff, so you guys can get changed and put
All
it
right.
up for your next adventure.
I know I was in the video, but we were getting ready to go back on. I missed the end of the video. How do you stop? How do you keep from rolling into the parkway like I joked about?
So gravity will actually pull you to a stop at the end, the way the hill is designed. So you'll begin to slow down at the end of your ride, and then one of our staff members will be
Okay.
there to unzip the tunnel and let you slide out.
Because on zip lining, there's like a mattress, and you just crash into it, like a big gymnastics pad, and and sometimes there's a guy who will like grab the wire and put the brakes on, but most of the time you just.
Well, we will.
So this is not the case. You don't just stop into the pads.
No, we won't crash you
No,
into
that-
anything. It's a nice, gentle ending.
Hence the name gravity.
Yes.
You've really scientifically figured this whole thing out.
Yes, not me, but yeah.
Isaac Newton.
Thought that goes in there.
Isaac Newton. Called him up.
Well, thank you, Maddie. How can people get tickets?
Yes, so outdoorgravitypark.com. All of our tickets are on there, whether you want to buy just tickets for you or your family. Also, we will do private events. So if you have, if you want to bring a group for a birthday party or a bachelor party,
Christmas
anything
party.
like that, Christmas party, workplace events, we've done all kinds of things like that, which is awesome. Where we actually rent out the park
Right.
before
Retirement
after
party,
hours.
you put the retiree in the Zorb, and then goodbye.
Yes.
And he never comes back.
Yep. So outdoorgravitypark.com. You never have to have a reservation. Walk-ins are always fine. But if that's something you feel more comfortable with, definitely purchase your tickets beforehand and come and see us.
All right. Well, when you went down the Zorb, Kira, you were with Savannah. So you see
was.
on the billboards, on the Mountain Fun Life billboards, we put Savannah and Kira on there for obvious reasons. As opposed to me and Brad and Jim and Rich.
Hey, you're on the van.
Yeah, on the van. Yeah, on the van. Right. Anyway, we also have the Zorb that Savannah recorded. So now we can see the other perspective of that Zorb ride here on Mountain Fun Life. So once again, many comments, and we'll do the drawing right toward the end of the show because we're also going to have a sports update with Rich Haley coming up. So Maddie, thank you again.
Thank
Of
you,
course.
Maddie.
Thank you, guys.
Maddie McGee from Outdoor Gravity. Let's take a look at that Zorb video with Savannah, who was in the same Zorb at the same time as Kira, but flipped around the other way.
Oh, and keep commenting so you can get a chance to win these tickets.
Absolutely. Oh. Zorbtastic.
It Zorb is. That doesn't make any sense, does it?
No, did you wear the mask of Zorbo while you were? No.
And that was actually from a while back. My sister must think I'm over there right now experiencing the hot
Well, push the
water.
send button there. What does it say?
She said, "Does it feel hot in there?"
Well,
in the summertime, it felt great, but
Because you were in cool water.
right,
But in the winter, they use 95-degree water to make it feel like a hot tub.
they do. I want to
Which
go back for
still
that.
feels, relatively cool to the touch. Anything less than 98 degrees is going to feel relatively cool to your 98-degree skin.
Right.
So that's science. Let's
That's
ask
science.
let's ask Navy man Rich Haley about water.
Yes, I have tremendous experience with water.
A nice sweater, by the way.
Well, thank you.
You guys, I showed up. I brought my Mountain Fun Life Stormtrooper uniform to wear on the show today, and you guys were like, "No, we're doing sweaters." I'm like, "Let me
Yeah.
go to the car and get my sweater."
Totally unplanned. Just
Right.
we're in sync.
We are. We've like this is amazing. You can't just do this.
So now coming up on, Rich is here to talk about sports, but I
Yes.
did want to mention, and I forgot to mention during the host chat segment at the top of the show, that on Saturday we're all gathering together by the
Yes.
courthouse in Pigeon Forge to cover the Sevierville parade, the Sevierville Christmas
Yes.
parade. So it's going to be at the anchor desk. I believe it's going to be Kira and me with David Aldrich, the weatherman, chief
Yes.
meteorologist of CaptainAccurate.com.
make sure to come out there. We'd love to
Yeah.
take photos with you or
Yeah.
meet you, say hi.
Or if you're just a weird stalker, you can just do screen grabs while
Yes.
we're on the show and then
That
send them
works
to
too.
us. Yeah.
That's kind of my job on this one, right? I'm going to be out there pestering people.
Yeah.
Please. We'll have Rich Haley and Jim Johnson on street level. Brad Lovett and Bob Denny will be producing and directing the show. So it's kind of exciting because it's
Yeah.
going to be us outdoors on the grassy knoll by the eagle statue. And I've been practicing. I've been stalking, if you will, cyber stalking by going to Google Street Views and looking at all the different angles of where we're going to be there. I've seen the eagle
So
statue.
you're prepared.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get on board with you and figure out your plan so I can pretend like I know the plan.
Oh, it'll be fine. We'll sit there, and the parade will go by, and we'll make stuff up, and that's how it goes. And then we'll throw it to Jim and Rich, and we'll say words, and then David
Say words.
David will
Lots
tell
and
us
lots of
about the
words.
weather, and I'll say more words, and then
Yeah.
and you'll say words, I'll say words. That's how it goes.
This is the most perfect plan ever.
That's the job.
Yes,
I mean, that's the
that's-
job. You just look at things. It's a parade. We don't even have to be in the parade. The Mountain Fun Life Humvee will be in the parade, but we don't have to do anything. We just have to sit there and literally watch the parade go by
gonna wave.
and say words.
Oh,
Hey, look!
Kira's got her parade wave.
But we're not in the parade.
I don't
parade.
care. I don't care.
All right. Well, you can parade wave as everyone goes by.
I'm going to wave at the floats.
That's
I'm
perfectly
gonna say,
fine.
Hello.
Hello.
From a commoner.
So there'll be like, imagine, let's suppose, for argument's sake, that Courthouse Donuts has a float in the parade. Now, even if they don't, it doesn't matter because we're going to be, according to the Google Street Views, we're going to be staring at Courthouse Donuts the entire time because
Oh
we're going to
my
be directly
gosh.
across the street looking at Courthouse Donuts, thinking about,
The donuts.
and now here comes the giant Christmas donut rolling down the street. Oh no, it's gotten out of control, and oh, we're so sorry to the Sevier County Marching Band.
I'm just curious if the police department will be following the donut float.
Of course they will.
I'm going to get a ticket on the way home now, aren't I?
Probably.
As well you deserve. All right. So now that's coming up on Saturday. I think we'll start the live stream at maybe 10:30. Is that right? And then the parade, I believe, starts at 11. But it's going to take a minute to get around the block to where we are. So we'll have opportunity to interview folks from the Sevierville Chamber of Commerce, like Amanda Marr, our friend,
Oh, yes.
to talk about the excitement, maybe, and you'll wrangle some
Oh, yeah.
parade goers for us to talk to.
Yep.
Gonna wrangle him up.
Wrangle.
Wrangle them
Ask
in.
him some questions.
Wrangling.
What are you doing here?
Well, it's the Christmas season,
Right.
and a lot of the parade entries hand out candy. I think this is a candy parade. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to.
I believe it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they have rules. Don't throw the candy, but on the other hand, don't just drop it either, because you have to make sure that the candy is far enough away from the vehicle that the children don't get run over by your tires,
Right.
and yet you can't throw it with enough force as to take an eye out kid. It's a gentle art of parade tossing. You know, you have to toss the candy,
Toss.
or toss the cookies, or whatever you toss.
That's
Hey.
how you hand out a piece of candy.
Well, they can't get that close to you. because they might get their feet run over in the car.
I walked out to you.
That's allowed. That's
I
acceptable.
can't walk physically right now because I'm
see.
sitting here. That would be weird.
You bring the candy to the child. All right. Well, it looks like you have our Outdoor Gravity tickets right
I
here.
do.
Did you want to hold them up, fan yourself?
I do.
Make it rain? What are you going to do?
I'm going to do both. I'm going to do a fan, and then it's raining. It's raining gravity. Whoop, whoop.
Now, whose tickets have you just made rain?
I have just made rain.
Our grand prize winner for today's edition of Ask Frank Live.
Diane Sink.
All right.
Oh, I hope she doesn't sink in the gravity.
I didn't
In the-
even think
in the
about
wet
that.
Zorb.
Wow.
Her middle name's
How
Kitchen.
ironic. Kitchen.
Yeah, she was Diane Kitchen, and she married a guy named Sink, I bet.
I'm sorry, Diane.
What?
He likes to make fun of people's names.
No, that's just a natural thing. All right. Well, now here's Rich Haley with sports, and we'll hang on to your tickets, Diane. In fact, we have to do, congratulations on winning. But please send us a direct message. And we've got some more funny comments coming in. I want you to send us a direct message, Diane, with your address.
Yes.
Woo, she says.
Oh, yeah, there she is.
And make sure you hit up a couple of those other comedy ones.
Yeah.
Because we will mail these to you. Or, we have our Mountain Fun Life best deals when you purchase discounted tickets from us at 865-978-1152. You can come here to the office and pick them up if you want to use them like right away. So that's another option you can do.
Yep.
All right. So, what is that? Oh, look at that. Look at what is this one down here? Looks like wedding DJ. I remember I told you he's famous disc jockey,
Yes.
Jeff Christensen. He's doing a WKRP reference. As God is my witness, I thought donuts could fly, or donuts could roll, or donuts
Yeah.
could whatever. WKRP was a TV show in the 1970s, about 20 years before you were born. Or
You
maybe
don't know how old I am.
well, all right, so 15 years before you were born. And there was a Thanksgiving episode, where they did the WKRP turkey drop.
Ooh.
And it's a comedy show, it's a joke, right? So Les Nessman's out there describing the turkeys hitting the parking lot at like bags of wet
Oh my
cement.
goodness.
And the general manager comes back to the office covered in turkey feathers, his clothes are all ripped, and his line is, "As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly." Arthur Carlson.
Yes. It's a YouTube clip. Look it up.
Yeah.
You will love it.
I'm sure half of you, well, if you had older friends, they would have shared it on Facebook on Thanksgiving. But
We
but
have a
obviously
generational thing going on
you
here.
don't. All right. So let's, Kendall just outed how old you are, which we already knew.
Kendall.
We already knew how old you were.
I'm 22.
Right. So 22, and then you go back 15 before that. That would be about the time that WKRP was on the air in the 1978-ish.
What if
So you would have been born about,
I was actually there, but in spirit?
it's certainly possible.
Oh, yes.
All right. All right. So, Rich, I know the Vols have won out the season. We talked
Yes.
about it on Ask Frank Live last time around. I guess we did the pre-Thanksgiving edition.
Yes.
And I said, if they win that last game against Vanderbilt, then the busboy over at Jason's Deli on Cumberland Avenue,
Cumberland.
Cumberland Avenue, the strip, the UT strip, Cumberland Avenue strip. The busboy predicted to me after the Vols had lost all these games. He said, no, we're going to win out. And I looked at him like he was crazy. He said, no, my cousin's on the team. We're going to win out. And what has happened, Rich?
We won out.
Boom. So I got to go back to Jason Deli and congratulate that busboy. I wish I had written down his name because he's a sports genius.
Yes, and we need to get his picks for the rest of the
Yes,
season.
exactly. So what's happening now with the Tennessee Volunteers?
So as far as the football team goes, we're just waiting until December 8th when the bowl selection
that's
happens.
Sunday. That's very soon.
But we've been waiting since the
That's
last game.
second Sunday of Advent is when December 8th.
So the way the bowl selections work, first you get the national championship bowls that select their 4 teams. And after that you get the rest of the New Year's 6, which don't all play on New Year's because now we've got the playoff going on.
All right.
So you've got the Fiesta, Peach, Cotton, Orange, Rose, and Sugar, and I wrote that down. I'm not that impressive.
So those are the big ones that'll
Those are the
pick
big
first.
boys. Right.
All right.
And 2 of those will be involved in the national championship, and the other 4 will be playing. And ironically, only 2 of them are actually playing on New Year's Day.
All right. Well, I'm watching the parade that day anyway.
Yep. So once they make their picks, then the rest of the bowls start making their picks.
Okay.
So up until really last night, it looked most likely that the Vols were going to be going potentially to the Gator Bowl.
Now, you mentioned that, you predicted that actually a couple of weeks ago, and we
Yeah.
thought that the Vols fans traveled well,
Yes.
meaning they would want to drive to Gainesville because it's of the weather in January and
Yes.
watch the Vols play, even though it's at the hated Florida Gators Stadium.
Yeah.
You would. Is that still the Swamp? Is that where they play this
Yeah.
game?
I believe so.
And they go there to play somebody else from somewhere else, not SEC probably, right?
The thought was Minnesota, most likely.
Golden Gophers?
Yes.
Look at me.
Look at him go.
How about that? You know, I remember that there was a show before you were born called Coach, and it was Craig T. Nelson, and never mind.
Have you noticed everything Frank talks about happened before you were born?
I know. Like, why can't you get with today?
Today.
I have clothes older than you.
I probably do too. I like to go through shopping.
All right.
So, as of really last night, things started shifting, and we may wind up going to the Music City Bowl. In
Oh
Nashville.
no, that was you also picked that last week as a
Yes.
possibility. I thought I'd heard something about. Let's see, it wasn't Red Lobster, it wasn't Olive Garden. It must have been the Outback Bowl.
Yes. Yes. So there's a lot of different ways it can go. It just depends on which teams the Bowls pick. Like you said, the Vols travel well. Our fans will go anywhere to watch the Vols play.
All right.
So that makes us desirable. That we also pull good TV ratings. So the bigger bowls like to pull us in if they can.
Now, what about the guy who's going to have to sit out the first half of the whatever bowl game it turns out
Yes.
to be? There's one poor guy who's going to miss the first half because he stepped on another dude's head, and that's wrong.
That's wrong. That's Jawan Jennings. And basically what happened there, it was a very hard tackle right out of bounds, and they all got tangled up with players on the sidelines. I've watched the video. I'm not certain whether it was an intentional foul or not, but the SEC officials reviewed it, and when they looked at the tape, they said there's enough here. We're
They
going to go ahead and
said,
suspend you for half the
egregious.
game. So even though there was no penalty called during the game,
Yes.
he's going to have to sit out the first half of our bowl game.
All right. Well, it's better than the second half. I don't know.
Yes.
Kendall asked, "Is there an Olive Garden bowl?"
Yes, it's endless. Once they start,
The Olive Garden Salad Bowl.
it just keeps going and going and going. What?
Yes. No, there is no Olive Garden Bowl yet. But
The reason I picked Olive Garden and Red Lobster is I think they're in the same Darden family of restaurants as Outback. I think when you get the gift card that's good at any of those family of restaurants,
Yes.
I think it's Olive Garden, Red Lobster, and Outback. I might be
cool.
mistaken, but that's the joke I was going for.
Right.
It was an inside restaurant joke that some of you might have gotten.
I got it. Finally.
okay. So we've also got a little bit of basketball to talk about,
Yeah.
both college and high school. Starting with the UT men, who had a challenging game against Florida A&M. And by challenging, I meant they had to try to stay awake. They won 72-43.
Oh, that's a good win.
And it wasn't even as close as that.
Okay.
Florida A&M is 0-7 now. The Vols advanced to 7-1, and they keep their home winning streak alive.
Nice.
They have the longest home winning streak in the nation right now at 31 games,
Oh, counting last year.
counting last year.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So they're
Rick Barnes, he's the real deal.
He's the real deal. And the
That's the
interesting
coach
thing,
of the men Vols.
Thank you for. I didn't know who he was.
yes,
Sorry.
the interesting thing is John Fulkerson, who's a junior, and he comes from Kingsport. He's a local boy.
Yeah.
He has really picked up his game over the last 2 weeks. Matter of fact, he's been the leading scorer for the last 2 weeks.
Nice.
So
Does his name fit on the back of the jersey? Those basketball jerseys
barely,
are not
it's,
as
you know,
big.
Fulkerson.
That's what I'm thinking. The basketball shirts are not as big as the football shirts.
Nope.
Because you have football shirts, you got the shoulder pads, so you can put a big long name. You know, and if your name's longer, you just keep adding shoulder pads until your name fits.
Is this?
It's like fashion.
That's
Is that
not
really,
exactly true.
That's not true. Okay.
It's like fashion in the 80s when the girls used to wear
I almost
Shoulder pads?
wore
shoulder
a
pads.
shoulder padded.
Are they coming
sweater
back?
today. Oh no, but I don't care about
The
what's
girls were
in
so
style.
into this is
Yes.
before you were born, of course, that shoulder pads were a fashion statement.
Wow.
Oh my god.
See, Frank's just going back and back. All right, so we've also got high school basketball to talk about. The basketball season started, and our Sevier County teams, some of them are doing pretty well. A lot of games Tuesday. Sevier County took on Morristown Hamblin East, and both the boys and the girls won. The boys are 3-1. The girls are 2-3. Moving down to Seymour, they went to Jefferson County, and both the boys and the girls lost. Seymour's struggling this year. The boys are 0-7. The girls are 1-6. So they're learning.
Yeah.
You know, that's a learning experience. It's growing. It's building character. Bruce Pearl's on the side. They're champions in life.
I thought that was Butch Jones.
Was it? Yeah, that was Butch. Butch, Bruce, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, and Gatlinburg-Pittman, both of their teams are 3-3, so they've split their games. They went to Granger County. The boys won, and the girls did not. Then Northview Academy went to play at Alcoa. The boys lost 80-75, but the girls won 73-66. And both of those teams are doing well. The Northview boys are 5-3, and the girls are 6-1.
Nice.
And Kings Academy played. Only the girls played against Concord Christian, and they won 70-20. So that was a real nail biter.
That's
sarcasm.
Yes, that's
That's
sarcasm.
a 50-point difference.
It's not sarcasm if you are biting your nails.
You are exactly right.
A nail biter. Well done.
There you go. So
Points for Kira.
sarcastic or literal?
That's
Just
good.
take your pick.
All right. So that brings us up to date on sports, right?
Yes.
Because it's time to wrap the show to congratulate Diane Sink
Yes.
for winning our prize today of the 5 Zorb rides from
Yep.
Outdoor Gravity Park.
And that's good because if I read
PF.
right, she's got daughters and they get shirts and towels every time. So
Oh, yeah.
good for her.
Her kids love to Zorb, she writes,
Yes.
so that's terrific. All right, well, I want to say thanks to all of our friends who tuned in today, to my neighbor Nancy for the beautiful leprechaun nutcracker that I haven't even told my wife about yet because I haven't seen her or talked to her since I got this as a gift, literally in the car on the way here. So excited about that. And also, I want to say thanks to my buddy Jeff Christensen down in Dallas, and I will totally hook you up with some of our Mountain Fun Life best deals when you come and bring your beautiful wife to visit us here in Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg.
And if you want to get the best deals, let me give you the number. It's 865-978-1152. That's 865-978-1152. Just give us a call and we will give you some prices that we have.
Yeah.
Save you some money and all these fun things there are to do around here.
Without the hassle. I mean, when you walk up and down the street in Gatlinburg, people are offering you discount tickets because you can get, businesses can get discount tickets, but they make you sit through the timeshare.
Yeah.
No. We literally want to sell you the tickets and get you out the door so we can get back to business.
Exactly.
You come, you pick them up and go, or I don't even know. Do we mail the tickets if we had to? We just want to get them out the door.
Yes.
We don't have time. We're doing shows. We don't have time to make you sit around and listen to a timeshare. You just take the tickets and give us the money and go. That's how it works. No hassle.
As
We like
Kendall
that.
said, later Gator.
Yes. Oh, all right. Is she a Gator fan?
No, she
She's just a texting girl.
Yes.
is.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, Rich Haley.
Absolutely.
Happy December 5.
Yes, it's actually
Oh.
my brother's birthday today.
And tomorrow is the Feast of
Happy
St.
birthday.
Nicholas. I just remembered.
Yes.
Tomorrow, December 6th, is the Feast of St. Nicholas. So put your shoes out, and you might get candy. You have no idea what I'm talking about. All right.
I put my shoes. My wife has cats. I put my shoes out. I might find something other than candy in
Yeah,
my shoes.
you don't want to do that. Well, anyway, that's in our family. We put the shoes out on the eve of St. Nicholas Day, and you get little candy treats in your shoes. It's kind of a spin on the whole Santa Claus stockings thing.
I want to try that.
St. Nicholas, Santa Claus. Anyway, we'll be back with Morning in the Mountains coming up tomorrow, 9 o'clock, and of course every day next week as well. And we'll be back next week with another episode of Ask Frank Live. We don't know what it's going to be about yet because we haven't gotten that far. That meeting will be right after we stop talking.
Yes, thanks for watching, and we love
Yes.
you. We love you so much.
Like us, share us, check us out on YouTube and Roku as well. And for Rich Haley, for Kira Cup, for our special guest, Maddie McGee of Outdoor Gravity Park, I'm Frank Murphy, and this is Ask Frank Live on Mountain Fun Life.
There it goes like a lightning flash. Seconds pass and don't come back. Make every moment a memory to last. Life short, it moves too fast. Each breath is a gift from above. New mercy from me to receive. I become speechless. See the sun coming up. Fall to my knees, surrender to love. Wake up, what are we waiting for? We know that we were made for more. We're not living inside my chest. My lungs breathe in the oxygen. But I know I am more than this. What's the point if we